looking fresh. I'm looking for my horn. I'm like, yo, this is not my horn. This is not my... Yo, where's my horn? Hey guys, it's me Nathan with Nathan Entertainment. You know how it goes, you know what it is. Welcome to the new video, and I'm gonna be talking about some things in my past, you know what I'm saying? This time around, we're gonna be talking about how I came to a competition without my horn. And that's the most embarrassing thing when you're section leader. When you're part of the leadership team, they expect you to be the best of the best. And that was the first time and only time in my 4 years of marching band that I forgot my horn. And it was while I was section leader. Not as a freshman, as a senior, my guy. As a senior, I lost my horn. I mean, I didn't lose it. I just left it at the school while we were in a different school for competition. So, yeah, that sucked. So what happened was, we did a Saturday practice, right? We always do, in my school, we always do that. And then during that hour break, I decided to, get one of my homies and let's go get some food and some stuff like that. So I take my dash truck. I had my dash truck that day. We go there, we come back, we jamming out, and we get back late. So everybody's like, oh, we're ready to load up. It's time to go. So I'm getting there rushing, trying to get my uniform out of my locker, running around. Then I have to do a checklist to make sure everybody's, in my section that's supposed to be there for that day, because that's my responsibility. And then I'm like, okay, I got everything. So I thought I had my horn with me, which I did. I had it in line, and I had my uniform, I had my band bag. But for some reason, it did not cross my mind. Like, oh, let me check if I have my horn with me, because I'm a senior, so seniors go first into the buses. No, I grabbed my band bag and I grabbed my uniform, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Your competition day. And mind you, it's UIL. The important competition of every season is UIL, because that's a rating for our school and our band and how good we are compared to other bands in our region. And that's the day I forgot my horn. So we load up the bus, and I'm like, okay, we're good. So we get to the location of our competition, and I'm like, time to load out. Like, everybody get off the bus, take all your things, take your uniform, your band bags, and take your uniform and take your instruments. We're gonna warm up, be ready to go. So I'm like, okay, I pop my uniform on, I got it on, looking fresh. I'm looking for my horn. I'm like, yo, this is not my horn. This is not my... Yo, where's my horn? I'm asking everybody on the same bus as me, like, where's my horn? And my homie's like, yo, did you forget it? I'm like, nah, bro. You tell me I forget it this time around? As section leader? Yeah, I forgot it. I forgot it at school, and I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm panicking. I'm literally losing my mind. And I told my partner in the section, he's a brass lieutenant. I asked him, I told him, like, yo, bro, I really think I forgot my instrument at school. And he's like, oh, the only thing you can do now is tell the director that you lost your horn, that you forgot your horn at school. And I'm like, bro, please, there's gotta be another way to solve this issue. He's like, nah, you gotta tell him. So I work up, like, the courage, the balls to talk to him, and he's like, you know what, you just accept me, you just ruined the whole day for me. Don't talk to me, figure it out. I'm just like, come on, UIL day. And the director, the percussion director, he's like, you did not. After this much time, I got to get to know you, and I like you now, and you do this to me. And he didn't want to talk to me the rest of the day. He did not want to talk to me the rest of the day. So I figured it out. I was like, okay. So let me get in contact with one of my like trumpets. Yeah, because I'm a section leader, so I talk to I know each individual trumpet player in my section. I'm like, okay, so one of y'all bring an extra horn, because typically we have like 2 or 3 people who bring extra horns in their cases, because it fits 2. And I'm like, okay, so which one of y'all brought an extra horn so I can go find it? And he's like, oh yeah, one of the guys, he's like, he was I think a sophomore at the time. He's like, oh, I have one. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then he's like, oh, it's in the bus still. And I was like, oh God. So I'm outside, and the buses that brought us here is long gone. I'm like, I have to go around, and I was like, yo, where do the buses go when they unload the kids for the competitions? Like, oh, they go to like the other side of the stadium where you look at. I'm like, bro, that's like a mile. And I'm like, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you. So I had to walk in my uniform, because they don't allow us to run in our uniform because it looks tacky. It looks like you don't know what you're doing. And now I'm already embarrassed out of my mind. I'm like, bro, why? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? So I finally make it to the other bus on the other side of the stadium. And then the bus drivers are chilling, eating, like waiting for one. They have to be called to pick us up again. I'm like, oh, I found the bus and I found the horn. I was like, oh, praise Lord Jesus. This is my chance, bro. This is my chance. This is my redemption arc. Like, this is where I would get redeemed. And it's a horn that didn't even work. So I was like, oh, I can't even play with this. But it doesn't matter. As long as I have a horn and I look like I'm playing, you should be able to make it. So I come back, and I finally come back, and when I get back into the practice area, my whole band is gone. I'm like, oh no, where are they? Where are they? So I'm asking around again, like, oh, do you know where my band is? And they're like, oh, they're already outside warming up, about to go into the competition, about to get onto the field to compete. I was like, oh my gosh. So I finally make it back, and I see my directors, and they see that I have a horn. So I'm like, okay, because they're in, and they're like, okay, so you finally found a horn. Because they were like, oh, they were gonna ask another school to borrow horns for me to play. And they were like, that's already, because if you said anything about like, oh, it was like one of my section leaders or just my name specifically, I was like, yo, why does another school need to know about my whole situation, bro? So I fixed it on my own, and then we have 3 directors. So we have the main one, the percussion one, and we have a secondary and assistant director. And he's talking to me, he's like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Since when did you forget things? Because you never forget things. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Mind you, in my mind, I'm like, bro, I was just caught up jamming with my homie, bro. To be honest, I was just having a good time, and then it just just flipped on me, bro. The world just got like, yo, you having too much of a good time. Time to wreck him. Time to wreck all his, bro. Like, wreck his stuff, bro. So we finally got my horn with another player, because I'm first trumpet, so I need to play. And I traded with the third trumpet player. So we switched out, so he's not gonna play, and I was gonna get to play. And we made it through. But I never lived it down, though. Never lived it down. I was able to graduate, and my director was still talking about the fact that I forgot my horn. I was the laughing stock. Like, I already was the laughing stock because I was black. And, you know, and the bus is coming back at night. You can't see nothing, but you can't see a black dude in a dark bus at night. So I was like, they were like, oh, Nathan, smile. And I'm like, bro, we've been doing this for 4 years. Change the content. But, you know, no harm, no foul. You know, it is what it is. But I got another reason for people to make fun of me. While I was sexually there, I was supposed to be the type of who's always responsible. I'm always supposed to be watching out for other people. And no one had my back, bro. No one had my back. There's a lot of people who were still in the room in the band hall after I left to load into the bus. All of them in my section did not notice that there was a horn left behind. So we get back, and I see my horn sitting in the middle of the band hall, literally alone. Just sitting there, waiting like, whoa, yo, where's my owner? It's sitting there. And I was like, bro, nobody grabbed my horn and said, oh yeah, you never know who might need this, so we're gonna grab it. I would have grabbed it, but I was like, damn, bro, no one has my back. I was like, I have to try to live this down. I mean, I already did, because once we graduated, nobody talks about anything anymore, but I was like, I had to deal with that for months, because I was in October of my senior year. I was like, oh man. I was like, I just thought about, like, no one decided that it was a good idea to maybe, just maybe, grab the horn so it might belong to someone who's gonna be on field. Nah. So that's what I learned. That's when I learned you can have a good time with anybody. Anybody. You can't trust anybody though. Always be responsible for yourself. Never hold anyone accountable, because first of all, it was my mistake. So I didn't hold anyone accountable. It was my fault. So I hold myself accountable. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I can't depend on anybody. I can't really give a little smidge of trust to anybody, because it's their own thing. And that's, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, honestly. But it's just like, I could have easily just grabbed that. Saved me the embarrassment of my senior year. But nah. So I'm just saying, like, damn, that's tough. Yeah, so that's the story how I just effed up my entire season, my senior season of marching band. Had to carry that weight around. But thanks guys for fully watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys for sticking around to the end. I love you guys for that. Like again, I made this video, but I'm gonna make more comedy skits to follow on. I'm gonna have a playlist for that for you guys to watch soon enough. Really do appreciate y'all sticking around. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate people who subscribe, and not maybe just maybe turn on that notification bell so you can see whenever I post and upload videos for you guys to watch. I really do appreciate it. Love you guys. See y'all later.